All right, welcome to MathLab. Today we want to start everything from the scratch, from the gradual, okay? We are looking at basic definitions, okay? Today we shall be looking at the word integer. We shall be defining some certain words like even number, odd number, prime numbers, irrational numbers, what a factor is, what are those prime factors, okay? So let's look at it. First of all, we want to look at the word an integer. What do you mean by the word an integer in mathematics? So let's look at it step by step. We want to look at the word integer. An integer. An integer is a whole number. Remember the keyword, a whole number. Okay? This is a whole number which could be positive. Which could be positive. For example, you can have 1, you can have 2, 3, and so, comma, negative. Okay? An integer could be negative. For example, you can have -1, -2, -3, okay, and so on. Or 0. Okay? Or 0. Then we can consider what an even number is. An even number is an integer. I first of all define the word integer for you. So an even number is an integer which is divisible by 2. Okay, those are examples of an even number. Then you could have number 2, number 3. Let's look at the word an odd number. Okay, an odd number. An odd number is an integer. Remember, an integer is a whole number which could be positive or negative, all right, or 0. So an odd number is an integer which is not divisible, by 2. Example, you have 3, you have 1, you have 5, you have 7, and so on and so on. Okay. Then you could also have you can have a prime number. Okay. A prime number. Prime number is an integer. Okay. Prime number is an integer which is divisible. Only by 1 and itself. Which is divisible by 1 and itself. For example, an integer is 2, 3, 5, okay, 7, and so on and so on. You could see here that 2 is an even number and is also a prime number. So you could probably be asked which number is even and also a prime number. So you can see that 2 is a prime number and is also an even number. Okay, so go to number 5. Let's look at the word irrational number. A rational number is a number which is expressed as a quotient of 2 numbers. For example of a rational number is 1/2, maybe 2/3, could be 7/8. It could also be maybe 4/5, and so on. Those are examples of rational numbers. Okay, let's look at the word a factor. All right, Let's look at the word, what a factor is. Okay, what do you mean by the word a factor? All right, let's take for example. Okay, we are looking at the word a factor. A factor. Now, a number, we can say a number b is, or let me use the word the number. The number b is a factor of a number a if the division of a by b results in an integer. Okay, in an integer. So the number b is a factor of a number a if the division of a by b results in an integer. Okay, so if the division of a particular number by another number that results in an integer, therefore the divisor number is a factor of the dividend. So we can now say, for example, 2 is a factor of 4, since 4 divided by 2 is 2. Because if you divide 4 by 2, it results in an integer called 2. Alright? So we are running out of the space. We can also add the number 7, a prime factor. Okay? A prime factor. What a prime factor is. We can say that a prime factor are those factors which are also prime numbers. So a prime factor are those factors which are also prime numbers. For example, we can list the factors of 30 to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15. Okay, let me put 12, 15, and then 30 itself. But if you want to look at the prime factors of 30, then you know that it's 2, 3, 5. Those are the prime factors of what? Of 30. So if you look at this, these are basic definitions in which most times you can ask even the university graduates what is an integer, and you may not really have a good answer for that. So that is why we take time to take you on the basis of mathematics, which is the definition part of it. After then, we are going to go step by step. And so if you love this channel, do well to share this post so that it can reach out to any other people who might be in need of this video. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.